Not going JB,
Yes.
have you dated a woman with children and their father was in their life, in the kid's life?
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like you was and that not in a strange way, but do you feel like he had a hold on a relationship, like he controlled the relationship in a sense?
I think it is that really is determined by the dude that the woman is with. Because, well, let me say, in my situation, there was one situation where I went into it and the woman, uh, there was there was an understanding between us, so he really didn't have control much of the relationship. Uh, and that was all right. The other situation where the woman did have control, well, didn't the dude kind of had control? It was kind of weird. Like I could kind of tell that he was still kind of like he would show up when she needed stuff done, and stuff needed to be done around the house. Like he would still be dependable, because his children were living there. And so when I came into the situation, um, I don't think she didn't realize that he was not doing it out of he wasn't just doing it for the goodness out of it. Like he wasn't just doing it to be nice. Like he wasn't doing
Right.
it, because his children, like he was doing it to, still be relevant, right? She knew she could still depend on him and everything. And so when I started showing up, it kind of made it was a little bit of a bumpy road. It was uncomfortable for her because she was quick to say, "Oh, you got trust issues," or, "Oh, you got a problem." And I'm like, I don't have a problem with the dude. It's just like, there's no need for him to come over and do this. It's no difference than me doing it on a Friday when I get off work than him doing it on a Friday when he get off work.
Right.
There's not a like there's an issue that you and it's not that you and the thing what was weird about this situation, she wasn't picking up the phone. It was more so the kiddos. So the kids would reach out and like, "Dad, the light bulb out in the bathroom. All right, I'll be over Friday to fix it." And so he would show up on Friday to fix it, but it was fixed on Thursday because I was over there.
Yeah.
And so it would bring about the issues. But the lady, she didn't, it was weird because it was almost like he didn't have to call her to do it. Like he would just show up on Friday to fix it. And she was like, "What you doing here?" He was like, "The kids told me the light was off, so I came over to fix it." And she would be like, "That was fixed," or she would be like, "The light is not like nothing wrong with it." And so it was a real dynamic, a weird dynamic, but I've had both, I guess you could say.
Who is it on to set the boundaries? And this is before the relationship, like before any other opposite gets in a relationship.
Are you talking to JB?
Yeah, well, you can answer too, like, because as a mom, like, who sets that boundary? You know what I'm saying? Your children's father, he's coming in doing the ins and outs for y'all, or even if it's hey, can you watch the kids this weekend because I'm going on a date, or I need you to watch the kids.
Right.
Like, how y'all set those boundaries? And when is it cut off?
I think in JB's situation and even my situation, I think that it's important for the woman to set the boundaries. Because at the end of the day, you're wanting to move on with your life and move on with whomever it is. You don't need somebody popping up at your house to change a light bulb. I would have checked my kids so quick. There ain't no way you calling your dad to come change a light bulb. First of all, I could change the light bulb, but I mean, I wouldn't, don't be calling him to do anything in my house. This is my house. Especially, not even especially, but I've got a relationship and y'all need to respect that because your dad, his thing, I got my thing. Y'all need to understand that where your place is in this circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I had to check him on that one because that wouldn't have worked. But I get where it could be something where a woman may ask, "Oh, can you watch the kids on Saturday?" and leave it at that. She don't even got to tell them what you're doing on Saturday. But if you have an insecure baby daddy, some, person who's going to try to mess with everything you got going on, if you know that about him, then you probably shouldn't have him be the babysitter for that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you would have to use your judgment. If you know how petty that person is, then don't have them be the babysitter when you and your man are about to go do something. Maybe that's the night that you do need to shell out a few coins and have the babysitter come watch them.
Yeah.
Because nobody got time for that. I understand. I feel like I do see both sides of it because as a mother, you try to have a life. And then if this fool is trying to mess with stuff and mess up the relationship by doing all that petty stuff, oh, I'm not watching the kids that day. Da, 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 da. But if you don't have as a mom that discernment to say, okay, I know that I'm not going to get this dude to watch the kids because he plays too many games. So I'm going to have a special night with my person. And I'm going to make sure that it's solid with this babysitter or this person who's going to watch the kids. And I get in any type of relationship, why would a man want to deal with that back and forth? You know what I'm saying? I would hope that that man can communicate if something is a little off or they feel like, okay, the baby daddy is doing too much. I hope that man could say, listen, this is not, I don't roll like that, and if she don't fix it quick, fast in a hurry, that's a problem.
Yeah, but I know some women who like the safety net of having their children's father around, like he's coming over, doing this, doing that. And then they get in a relationship and it's kind of like, oh yeah, like JB said, oh, you being insecure about my children's father. Like, nah, just some things we can sense. And then it's like, if we together, then we together. Like he don't need to be coming over like he was. Coming to see his kids or coming to get his kids. Cool. Nope. Like I'll drop them off to you if I have to, but you shouldn't be coming over because every Friday night we all sit down and watch a movie. I don't care what the kids screaming and hollering about. Talking about daddy's coming. No, it's not happening anymore.
Right. But then also too, there are those women who do like you said, like a safety net, I guess you could say. And in that situation, I would say to the man, do you really want to be in a relationship with her then? Because it don't sound like she's completely over the man if he coming over and doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Even if she said, you know what, I'm really not interested in getting back together with him whatsoever. There's always, if she's still allowing him to come into her home